Get out of the road, you dumb bunny!
There's a lot of sound design work that goes into making a movie like Zootopia feel like a real place. And so we have the luxury of going up to Skywalker Sound, which is up in Northern California, where our sound designer, Jeremy Bowker, has the really incredible job of not just finding interesting sounds for this movie, but literally creating them.
Welcome, everybody, at Skywalker Ranch with Jeremy Bowker.
Yeah.
And then Byron's here.
Hello.
There's Tiny Byron.
Hello. So today we're gonna review the notes on the car chase.
Great.
That will include Foley already cut in.
Okay, great.
Stop! Stop in the name of the law!
Everybody run!
Got him! Rolling spikes!
Rolling spikes! Zeros!
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, that sounds great. I can't believe all the stuff you hit in there.
I know.
I think you might be able to go dumber on the car alarm.
You got the right guy for dumber.
or actually, you have an oink sound in there. What if you just cranked that oink sound?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's track that down.
Yeah, I agree. Like even the horn sound, I still think we could look for something stupider from the initial like.
The notes are dumber and stupider. So
there are two parts.
Okay.
That and then.
Okay.
This is serious stuff,
I think it would be that one.
the second one?
The second one. I would say whatever that thing is, I would just make that like through the roof.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Yes. Yay.
We're gonna go to Foley next.
Yeah.
I'm seeing things in your hands that make me nervous.
All right.
What we do, we're gonna protect ourselves from getting super wet.
Yep. Oh. Yeah.
It's multi-layered for these.
Yep.
And then this is gonna kind of give us the entire sense of like moving worms.
Great. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's a little too wet. I want a little bit more of the gel to water ratio.
How much gel do you go through in a week?
Well, it depends on how many stuff like this I'm doing, but I actually have to buy it in bulk, usually. Well, if you want to try your hand at
I sure do.
Okay, so I'm gonna load you up with some gel.
Yeah, let's do it. Is that going on here or in my hands?
It's going on your hands.
Right, yep. Yeah.
All right, and now you can just like grab onto it. All right, let's try it, Liz. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I'm good, but these guys look hungry.
Eat first. Dog sick.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. Smells
it's a
delightful.
Good, I know.
Once we're through sound effects, we're also working on the score. And the score is such an important part of the final version of the movie because emotionally it can really set you in a place to laugh or to cry or to be exhilarated or sometimes, as in the case of Michael Giacchino, to find something that sounds so specific that only this movie could have sounds like that.
These are called anklongs. This is just made of keys. So we've been using this on the snake because the snake is played by key.
What's unique about this movie and Michael's approach is just the same way that with story artists we are constantly improvising. He was doing that with the entire orchestra, so 85 people. And in the moment you say, this isn't gonna be dramatic anymore. We're gonna bring in a real funk sound. And suddenly you have like a B3 organ and a clav and amazing guitars doing this funk guitar and the whole vibe of a scene changes. So we're gonna head to this way.
Dave's office. This way? Back this way.
Where are we going? This way.
This way?
Just one more. Okay, we've now arrived at Dave's office. Is he here today?
Let's find out.
Hey, Dave Fleur!
There's nothing here. Let's call it a night.
It's my responsibility to shepherd the sounds through the process of post-production for our films, along with my partner, Gabe Guy.
I handle the sound effects side of the mixing console, and I'm also one of the production sound mixers, so I record the actors' dialogue.
Well, just like to be prepared for any possible scenario.
Everything in an animated film has to be created from scratch, placed in the film, and then mixed so that it sounds appropriate for the scene and supports the story.
They're hearing the backgrounds, they're hearing the water and the wind and the trees, they're hearing all the footsteps and the movements of everyone's hands moving around. We both have several hundred tracks of material at any given point. Almost any sound is not just one particular sound. I mean, even something like a door is usually made up of 8 to 10 to 12 elements together just to make one door close, so that we can make it cinematic and sort of larger than life to give it real character and creak and crack.
And that has an effect on the audience, and the best environments for what we do are when it's experimental and everybody gets to contribute.
David, the note that Steve's talking about was they wanted to get out of the singers so that we weren't hearing them throughout the whole thing, like have them.
So let's see, here's going to be Shakira.
Here we go, let's go!
She's supposed to be on a microphone, right? So let's put a little bit of an effect on her to make her feel like she's in that hall.
Here we go, let's go!
Then we've got our sound effects. There's backgrounds, crowds, different kind of murmuring, cheering. And then we have what's called the hard effects, which mean individual sound effects. And then we have the score. Let's put the whole thing together for a minute. So that's a look under the hood at what we do with sound, and it's not just one person. There's a team of people that are working together to create the soundtrack.
And you kind of know when you hit that moment, it's sounding so good that it seems like this is the way that this movie always would have sounded, even though it took so long time to get there.
I gotta tell you, I'm not convinced a sloth is our most reliable.
There's a huge culture here at Disney that's very important. The studio's been around for 100 years, and being together in this crazy building full of art and color and toys and laughter and personalities really keeps us going, even in the hardest times.
Over the course of making the movie, we have studio updates. What does that mean? It means that we're always trying to find the best version of a movie, and you're getting help from 700-800 people that work on any of these movies. We tell everyone in the studio, hey, we're going to talk to you about where we are currently in the process. If this is correct,
yes,
right? A couple of weeks ago, layout finished. Yes, finished. At a point, the movie begins to tell you what it wants to be, and everyone figures that out together.
Thank you for
everybody
here.
that
We
you're
love
doing.
you guys. Doing
Thank
such
you
an amazing
for-
job. Get to the finish line.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
Something I think we really try to do is also celebrate the big wins as we steam towards the end of a project. And so typically there's sort of these two big milestones that'll happen. One is a 50% party. There's a mountain of work to get to that point. So we really want to mark that moment. We were lucky enough to have Key come in to join us for animation's 50% party, which is a real treat. And he literally brought snacks himself.
This is really special, and I just hope that you guys haven't gotten sick of my voice yet. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You guys keep brought donuts. They're over here. And then there's obviously at the end of the movie, you're celebrating the completion. The movie is done forever, and that's what you'll see in theaters.
Permission to hug?
Well, that is a tour of Disney Animation.
Yes,
thank
you
you
guys.
so much for joining us. On behalf of everybody that worked so hard on Zootopia 2, we really appreciate you watching. Cannot wait for you to see the film.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Hopps and Wild.
Wild and Hopps. And Nibbles and Gary.
He's Gary.
Watch Zootopia 2, now streaming on Disney Plus, and get even more of the greatest stories from Disney Plus and Hulu with a special limited